Hi, Dr. Heidi here from the Worldwide Institutes of NLP. Today I'm going to be talking about your self-concept. How do you see yourself? Who are you? My guess is you have different identity levels or concepts of yourself with different environments, with different ways of being. Each of those concepts, my guess is, have different behaviors, capabilities, beliefs, and values in various environments. And so many people get stuck trying to define who they are and what they're supposed to be doing in this world because they think maybe there should only be one answer to this. Now, Steve Andreas has created a process many years ago called self-concept work. It's an advanced submodalities technique. Now, this technique looks at how you code who you are, utilizing the various aspects of your mind. He presupposes that we have images and feelings and concepts and movies about who we are in life, and that we have many different concepts of who we are. If in one aspect, for example, we are lacking confidence and self-esteem and self-worth, and there might be another area of our life where we have that belief in self-worth and confidence, we can actually look at how we code our submodalities differently, and we can map them across, but in a very clever kind of way. Let's say, for example, in the part that we believe ourselves in, maybe as we identify and start looking at that area of life and how we believe about ourselves and how we have self-confidence and self-esteem, what comes up into our mind of various feelings and images, movies, and memories. And maybe those memories come in like a stream, a movie frame, when you have the actual film of the movie and it's frame by frame by frame. And maybe that's what spreads throughout my mind when I start thinking about the areas of life that I have that self-belief. Is there's this movie frame after movie frame after movie frame, which contains images and movies and sounds of all of those wonderful things that I've got that self-concept about and I believe in myself about. And on the other side, perhaps it's just one or two images and pictures that come up of a lack of confidence, a lack of self-doubt. And even just how we've stored it, pictures that come up and it's fairly slow, or this movie reel that's going on and collecting and giving to us the awareness and the memories of where we've done something well. We could actually create our self-concept of where we're lacking something by changing it into the same type of submodalities, by creating that movie reel, but instead of where I'm lacking it, allow our unconscious mind to utilize one of our meta programs of counting and discounting, where in the past, in this situation here, where maybe there's some lack of self-concept and lack of self-belief and some self-doubt, what's popping up is the things that we've only counted the negatives and we've discounted the good stuff. Now, your unconscious mind remembers everything you've said, seen, tasted, touched, smelled, heard. And I've read an article that says we only have access to about 3% of our memories consciously. 3%. So that says the other 97% is buried somewhere. So we can utilize our unconscious mind, our beautiful creative conscious unconsciousness, and our imagination to start to create and recreate perhaps what we have discounted. The times in that same scenario where we have been confident, where we have had self-esteem, where we did do well. Maybe we didn't code it that way, but it was present. Even if we have to make believe for a moment, fake it till you make it, then that's the act as if frame with NLP. So instead of having these little movies that pop up showing where we're not good, we create a movie stream just like it was in the other one. We're mapping across, doing whatever the similar one is, we're copying it or modeling it. And now I create this movie that has the different frames in it. So just the movie reel with the different frames of where I have done good, and maybe still have a couple of those comparisons in there, but more of that movie frame of where I've done well, so that I'm counting more instead of discounting what I've done well, not well. Inside of us, when we're starting to play with our self-concept and we're creating and modeling for ourselves where we do have a good, healthy self-concept, and mapping that aspect across into where we don't, that can change our world. Because how we see ourselves, how we feel about ourselves is what we will portray into the world. It's how we will give off who we are in that various context. And let me tell you this, it's absolutely okay to have different versions of you. You may have a different version of you as a parent versus as a person at work, versus a friend, versus a parent. I already said that one. Versus a child, because you're a child to someone, even if they're on this earth or not. And each of those identities may be a little bit different. The most important thing is they are aligned with who you want to be. And if they're not, we can start looking at the various concepts that we have with ourselves and aligning those. So at the core, you are just you, even if it's in different environments. Your self-concept is how you see yourself, how you believe about yourself, and how you feel about yourself. You might as well have a healthy one.